That was you. Wait, was it? No.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do not disturb. But I need my phone out to look up a couple of things.
No, that's fine. All right, so I'm sharing on Facebook. We're done with that. So now I'm gonna hit on this audio here. Yeah, there we go. Live and direct to the audio world. Audio people, you have to go check out the YouTube to see the extra content while it's still there. So we're gonna talk about some movies and things. 2018 was a super long year. A lot of stuff going on this year.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna pull up my box office mojo.
What's the box office mojo? What's that?
That's the website Noah pulls all his
Trivia.
how many movies at a clown but weren't a horror movie by grossing tickets.
Yeah. Jesus. That's weird.
It's a pretty good little website.
Yeah, so
I was just gonna pull up the top 10 movies by box office, and then
of this year,
maybe the top 10 critical ones later. You know,
yeah,
top ones. We'll see.
So, did you see The Crimes of Grindelwald yet?
I've been meaning to go see it because we spent the weekend before last watching every single Harry Potter movie.
How did that go, by the way?
It was pretty great. There's way more fun. I get a little critical over the movies when I watch them.
Yeah.
I love the books so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why'd they do this? Why'd they do that? And it's because it's a movie, and it can't last as long as a book.
But we want it to.
Things. But, you know, when they choose this one way to go, and I'm like, well, you know, like, Voldemort's missing everyone because Harry died for him at the end. And
yeah.
That's why, like, if they had done that cool little thing, it's like, well, I'm doing a little more touching, but then he just, like, zaps him and he blows up, and it's like, okay, well, that's cool, too.
Yeah. Well, also, the thing that got me, like, my biggest qualm, I have two big qualms with the movies outside of the books. The biggest qualm I had was that they never brought up the whole thing about the house elf rights.
Yeah.
That Hermione headed up. They never.
Cold smell.
I can't remember, but they never brought anything up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I'll yell it out. So I'm not gonna look it up though.
All right, you got to practice for trivia, which I'm gonna miss tonight because of this gig, but it's fine. Yeah, that they never brought anything up about the house elves, and I hated the fact that they didn't put the wand. They didn't fix the wand thing at the end. Like that I thought that was just beautiful. Like, for those of you who never read the books, spoilers, the way it actually ends is Harry takes the Elder Wand now that he is officially owner of it, and repairs his own wand, his original wand that was broken in the beginning.
Yep.
Or not the beginning of the last book. And then they put the Elder Wand back with Dumbledore in the ground in his grave, and he just throws it off the thing, and I was like, how dare you do that to the most powerful wand in the world?
Yeah, and I don't even think they really explain how wrong Voldemort is in killing Snape either, because it's not Snape that made it so he could use the wand better. Malfoy is the rightful owner of it the whole time because he Expelliarmus Dumbledore.
But that just goes to show you how good of a person Snape was to not bring that up.
Yep. God,
he was my favorite.
He's Dumbledore's man through and through.
I'm telling you, man, Dumbledore's army, fronted by Snape. That being said, you should watch Crimes of Grindelwald. It's interesting.
I've heard critical, like, plot hole things, and then I've heard, hey, it's just a lot of fun. And it's a fun movie.
It's fun, and just to see them in that world again, just to see new things, like to see wizards casting spells, is just cool.
What year does that one take place? As I understand, it's going to be a trilogy, or there's going to be like another couple of movies too.
Well, there has to be. There will be. They leave it open for that. But this takes, obviously, Dumbledore is at Hogwarts and McGonagall as well. Like they're already professors, but like I think this is pre Tom Riddle.
Yep, I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Riddle's there in like 90 or 40s.
Yeah.
40s.
So this is pre that. The only thing that gets me is like Dumbledore totally is not dressed like Dumbledore.
Right. It's like, uh, yeah, he's dressed all snazzy, right?
Yeah.
He's dressed in like a three-piece suit, vest, and everything
He's
else.
wearing what
like,
this dude would wear in like real life.
Yeah.
Like, no.
But someone said, I don't know if you've ever played like any RPG games growing up, but they said, well, he just got like the robe he wears later on. He just found like a really good loot piece. It doesn't match any of his other clothes, but he can't take it off because it gives him like +10 to being a goofball.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, I gotta wear this.
I get that. Okay,
Yeah.
so you win.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah. And what else? I guess Colin Farrell turns into Johnny Depp, and then Johnny Depp is Grindelwald.
Yeah.
For the whole movie. Okay. Yeah.
Wonder, like, all right, so Johnny Depp's going through some shit right now.
Yes.
Wonder if, because he method acts, wonder if he just went way too far down that Grindelwald rabbit hole, and now he's stuck.
I don't know. Is he like a famous method actor?
Yeah.
I know he really tried to get into like the Mick Jagger.
Yep. The guy.
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards, and he mixed Keith Richards and somebody, but yeah, Keith Richards was the guy. Yeah, not Mick Jagger.
For Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not in anymore now.
Did they come out with a new movie this year, or was that last year?
I don't know. I think that was last year.
Okay.
But this year was so damn long. It could have been like this year. And
well, we don't have to talk about it. We can talk about different movies.
Well, I haven't watched. I'm not caught up on all of the.
Oh, for sure.
The new Pirates of the Caribbean, but I did watch the Dead Man's Chest. That was the third one, right? The second or third one. I think I watched the first three.
Yeah, there's At World's End, Dead Man's Chest. There's something about a sailing.
Yeah. Or Dead Men Tell No Tales or whatever.
First one's Curse of the Black Pearl, right?
Yeah.
So.
But
the first one was super entertaining. And
it was.
I think I watched the second one, and then I think I fell off.
Yeah, the second one. Actually, I might have just watched those first two. I think the second one was Dead Man's Chest.
Now I always see the gif of Johnny Depp running away from a bunch of people on an island.
Yeah.
I think that's from the third one, maybe. But maybe it's from the second one.
Yeah, who knows? But
so, classic gif.
Classic gif. he's a. Yeah, I think he goes strong into the method acting. So I wonder if he may have went too far down that dark, demented rabbit hole, and now he's stuck.
I don't know, but I guess that's his fault either way, right?
It is.
It was his choice.
He brought it on himself.
Yeah. Fucking Grindelwald.
Grindel's gonna wald.
Now, he is in the last movie too, right? Grindelwald? Isn't he in the cell and he gets killed?
Well, that was. I always knew you would
come before this. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
But I don't even think he kills him.
I think maybe he does in the book, but maybe not in the movie.
Yeah, in the movies he definitely didn't. I can't remember either.
And it's confusing how many different things Harry sees through his, like, you know.
Yeah, there's a. You can't tell what is a memory or what is just.
He's seeing right now.
Yeah.
So movies. I stuck to the comic book movies this year.
I just texted Smitty the other day and said if I were going to watch the comic book movies, and I said them just like that. If I were going to watch the comic book movies, what order would I need to go in? Like, where do I need to start? He told me to start with Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with.
And I watched 15 minutes of it and cut it off. I don't know why. I was like, you know what? I'm not ready for this right now. I can't do it.
I got really into them after I watched that one. I'm always like a sucker for World War II stuff.
Yeah.
So once they gave him like the super serum that made him beefed up.
I didn't get to that part.
And then he goes over across the Atlantic and starts punching Germans in the face, and I think it's pretty interesting.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
See, I may have not realized that it was set in World War II times.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. Him and his buddy, who is in later movies, Bucky. So Bucky's like stronger than him.
Yeah, I don't think I realized it was set back then. But
so that's why he would have you watch that one first. But the very first Marvel movie in this universe, I believe, was the Hulk, and then Iron Man, or vice versa.
No, I've watched all of the Iron Man movies. There were only 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
I watched all 3 of those.
So the second one, then you would watch the Avengers, then you would watch Iron Man 3, because he's got like PTSD from what happens in the Avengers for the third one. And that's why he's kind of like skittish. Yeah.
Now to explain it, because I just watched Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, and then I was like, why is he different?
Yeah, he's weird in this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Because the first 2, it's pretty much just like one story almost.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, I'm Iron Man. It's like the last, the last line of the first one. Yeah, they're entertaining, man. I think the only one I saw this year was the Infinity War, which I did like.
Everybody's saying good things about that. Now they're all of those things have dropped on like Netflix and Prime and Hulu, and between all of them, they're everywhere.
Black Panther came out this year. That's how long this year's been.
I watched Black Panther. Black Panther was fucking great.
Yes.
I like Black Panther a lot.
That was pretty good. I loved that one. I did not see Ant-Man and the...
I didn't see that either. The Wasp.
I think Spider-Man came out last year, maybe.
Now, the Spider-Man thing confused me, but I think I've understood now through the internet.
Mm-hmm. I can explain it.
That they that they all exist in the Spider-Verse. So it's not like the one Spider-Man has been replaced by the other ones. It's just like each Spider-Man is their only Spider-Man in their universe.
Yeah, that's correct. And I haven't seen this new Spider-Man movie that I heard was real good. The animated one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
With, it's got a good little cast to it. But, so, yeah, you have the Tobey Maguire, Raimi, Spider-Man movies. What's his first name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not Jim Raimi. That's gonna drive me crazy. I'll think of it. I'm still trying to remember what the damn house elf. It's like the House Elf Liberation Front, but it's not. Because it has a stupid. They make fun of it. Like smells bad. Anyway.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So. Tobey Maguire, and then you had Andrew Garfield. I didn't see those. The Andrew Garfield ones. I did see all the Tobey Maguire ones, except for the third one, which everyone supposedly loves now. I think they just love it for the memes, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I think I watched all of the Tobey Maguire ones, if I'm not mistaken, because I was still kind of into that stuff then.
Yeah, he turns into Venom, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Topher Grace is Eddie Brock, and then he turns into Venom too? Is that how that goes?
Okay, maybe I didn't watch all of them.
Topher Grace is in the third one, though. And Tobey Maguire gets like an emo haircut and walks down the street in like a black suit.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the memes, the GIFs. Yeah. I've seen them.
Doing a little bit of that.
Would that ruin things for me? The fact that I've seen all of these things making fun of it? Because I feel like that's what sheltered me from Star Wars for so long, was knowing the ending and knowing that, okay, so this happens. Like, I'm seeing all of the, like, I know who dies in the Avengers movies. Like, I've seen all of the...
But... Did you like Star Wars when you watched it?
Not the first few times. It took a long time for me to get into it to where I would watch it with clean eyes again and just be like, okay, I'm going to watch this knowing nothing about, knowing nothing about what's going on and just see what happens.
I think with the superhero movies ones, you can give them all just one shot, you know?
Yeah.
Because some of them are great, and some of them just aren't that good. But none of them are awful, with the exception of maybe like Thor 2.
The Ragnarok.
No, the Ragnarok one's great.
Oh shit.
That's the third one. The guy from, was that this year too?
It could have been. There was a lot that came out this year.
That was an amazing movie. And the guy from What We Do in the Shadows directs that movie. Directs Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
Did you see the?
No.
He does some stuff with the Flight of the Conchords guys.
Oh yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah, so he's right there with them on their like,
comedic level.
Comedic level.
Okay.
So there's some just funny, like you wouldn't
Man.
have even had to have seen any Thor, but that's like a funny, entertaining movie.
I feel the same way about all of Jon Favreau movies.
Yeah,
I really like Jon Favreau, and he gets a bad rap. Like I feel like from a lot of
now he did Elf,
real
right?
fans. Yeah, he did Elf. He did few of the Pixar movies.
Iron Man movies, right?
He did all the Iron Man movies, I think. Yeah, Jon Favreau is great.
And he's like, I don't know, is he the world champion fighter yet?
I don't know. Is he working on that?
Is he still working? I don't know. I know Monica dumped him because he wasn't
really.
Well, no, and just in the show, you know, he was. Am I the ultimate fighter yet?
I don't remember.
He created Moss 86, the rich guy from Friends.
Oh shit! I forgot he was in that. Man, is that where everybody started?
Oh man, I mean,
Paul Rudd was on the. Did you see the bumping mics thing?
No, I did not.
Dude, watch that.
Okay.
It's good. Dave, I don't know if you're into Dave Attell. I know everybody loves Jeff Ross.
I like Dave Attell. I used to love his late night show. I remember when he came to Myrtle Beach and did.
Asher was talking about that.
Yeah, it was funny.
The other day, dude. They brought Paul Rudd up on stage or whatever, and
I love Paul Rudd.
He's so good. And he was drunk as shit, and he was like, "I really don't need to be up here right now. I'm hammered." But
well, isn't it great that he got hammered and got on stage? And I'm assuming because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He just seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah, he was there with his wife was there, so I mean that probably helped a lot.
Yeah, the filter was probably
double
on. Okay.
Well, these two girls in the front row were talking about, or he was like, "You know who this guy is, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, that was Phoebe's
husband."
Yeah, yeah, right.
Right.
And then he was like, "Yeah," and then Jeff Ross was like, "You guys don't even know who this is." Jeff Ross was like, "He's like, you consider yourself a fan? You didn't know I was in Friends?"
Yeah, and then Clueless. Yeah, I thought he was
Clueless. Josh. He's Josh.
He's kind of a heartthrob. He's kind of a Baldwin.
He's kind of a
That I don't know if that statement has held up quite as well. You don't call people Baldwins now.
Not no more.
What would you call them now? A Hemsworth?
A Bogdanoff.
A Bogdanoff. What's that?
No, those are the guys who had their faces all like the Bogdanoffs. Nah, yeah. Who would the heartthrobs be now?
You could be an Affleck or a Hemsworth, maybe.
Well, there's only Ben and Casey.
Yeah, it's Ben and Casey, and there's Chris.
Really?
There's sorry. I'm going on the Hemsworths now. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think there's 3 Hemsworths.
The Skarsgårds.
Oh, are there multiple Skarsgårds?
Yes. The dad too. So that gives you the whole.
Yeah.
But that's Swedish.
Yeah, they don't count. There's not enough people in there. The sample size isn't.
But yeah, Paul Rudd's awesome, and
Yeah.
I don't think that he's ever done anything that I would not watch. As a matter of fact, Our Idiot Brother was one of my favorite movies.
Was it?
Yeah, I love that movie because I have 3 baby sisters and they're all like totally not like me. And I felt like, okay, so I'm him.
You're the idiot brother.
I'm the idiot brother. And they were dealing with me, and I was like, so this is what I got to see outside looking in. It was like, so this is how my family accepts me.
Sure.
But
Ugh, Paul Rudd. So I guess this year for Paul Rudd was Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I did not see it.
yeah, I didn't either. Now, and Ruffalo is doing the. Well, no, it wasn't Ruffalo. It was
Mark Ruffalo?
yeah, Ruffalo. He did the Hulk though.
Yeah, he's in the Hulk, but he wasn't in the original Hulk. He's only came
Yeah,
on
that was
for the
Eric Bana.
Avengers. Mm-hmm.
I know that because I really liked Troy.
Actually, I think Edward Norton is the Hulk for the cinematic universe.
Okay.
I think.
And Edward Norton's
For the
strong
first
too.
one. I think that was the Edward Norton one.
I don't think
could be wrong.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad movie.
Fight Club was pretty bad. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
I wanted to see your face.
No, you're not. You like Fight Club?
When I watched it the first time, I was like, "What?" It's good.
Now, did you read that book?
No, I've heard the author said he prefers the film though.
He was on Joe Rogan's podcast recently, and he said that he really dug the movie. He said that he felt like they did really well.
They did a really good job, I think. Yeah. Whereas Stephen King hates the Shining movie.
Yeah, and
He hates it.
we were talking about him the other day, right?
That came out this year, huh?
Ooh,
Did it?
yeah. I think that technically it would count. Like it came out at Christmas last year, so like,
well, count.
but that counts.
Yeah, because like Kendrick Lamar got a Pulitzer Prize for Damn.
Yeah, and that was definitely
Segueing into music a tiny bit, which I didn't listen to any new music this year.
I didn't either, man. Like Father John Misty had a good record that came out, but called God's Favorite Customer. That's all. Wolfpack released some new music.
I heard a lot of it at Tito's.
Right? But it seems like it's all rap.
Yes.
I'm not a fan. Like, I mean,
I like the Childish Gambino video.
Yeah.
But I really do think that that's a piece of art that has to be watched with the. It's not like it's a bad song. It's not. But I like catching little things.
That's for our time.
In the video.
Yeah. Like what Uncle Ruckus, the eyeball thing from Boondocks.
I don't know that one. I pulled up something earlier. There was a song called the Prawn Song. Have you heard the Prawn Song?
No, I have not.
It's some 8-piece out of New Zealand. It was kind of weird. But NPR had this year in review with music.
Yeah.
And not all of it was rap. There was a good bit that I think just went under the radar.
Well, when you saying that you've heard it at Tito's means to me, I was like, oh, so
little kids are playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really bothers me, man. Like I like. Now, Eminem's new album came out this year, and I thought that was really, really good. And I say that because it just seems like he's making fun of a lot of the mumble rap stuff, and he's very vintage in his delivery.
I'm getting a little tired of the slow triplet rap. Like I don't know.
No.
I can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even pretend to do it, but just I don't know if it's the mumble rap that bothers me. I can't think of the damn thing. I'm not gonna mimic it right now.
Yeah, I know. You couple more coladas, and you'll be ready. But nah, I feel the same way. I'm just not a fan of the. I don't know, man. It just seems like there was a whole lot of, ever since the Fuck the Police stuff came out, like that was revolutionary when it first came out because it was the first thing that anybody had ever done like it. Mm-hmm. But they were actually bitching about things that they wanted to change in the world rather than just bragging about all the shit that they have done and all the shit that they can do. Like,
yeah,
that album right there,
License to Ill.
License to Ill.
And now I got my brother for Christmas. I got him the Pizza Book, the new Beastie Boys book came out this year by awesome. Horowitz and the other one that's alive.
Oh, A.D. Rock.
Yeah, is that Adam Horowitz?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Michael Diamond, Mike D.
Yeah,
something like that. But MCA is the one that's dead, Adam Yauch.
Yeah. But yeah, they rapped about an outcast. Like they rapped about shit that they wanted to change in the world.
Now, License to Ill is a pretty homophobic, sexist album that they've apologized for. If you think about some of the
Girls,
songs in the yeah, I like
they
the way
do the
that they walk.
dishes,
Yeah,
they clean up my room, they do the laundry, and in the bathroom.
girls. And I think they throw around fag a lot in that
Yeah,
thing. And they've come out after it came out. They're like, we were
yeah,
stupid kids when that came out, and I don't think a lot of people gave him too much shit after that.
yeah. I've decided this year and last year I decided to remove certain words from my vocabulary, and starting with the worst one, which was years ago. But here recently, I've just been more aware of like, okay, so if somebody might like, it's not that much trouble for me to just change this one word that I would usually say, and
Yeah.
I was watching. I was watching Joe Rogan's new stand up this year. I watched it the first time when it came out, and then a few months went by, and I just watched it again the other day. And he was talking about how there are some things that are just gay. And he says, and I'm not saying this in a negative way. He says, I love all my gay friends. But he's like, there are just some things that are just gay. And that's me using it not a way to
Yeah.
be negative, but just a way to describe this thing and to tell my friend, like, that's gay. And I'm like, oh, can we do that?
It's going to offend some people, and that is a thing that we used to say when we were growing up.
Yes.
Okay, but I mean, what we were saying it as was a word to encompass something we couldn't explain,
Yeah.
and it was always some kind of negative thing, right?
Yeah.
When we used it
Yeah.
growing up. So I don't agree with Joe Rogan on that.
Yeah.
I think there are so many other words. The English language is so confusing and stupid. There's just
So many other words we could use.
And German people make up fucking words to explain new things. Like weird and schlocken glass and
Foben.
empty and but yeah, I don't know. Going back to things that happened this year, I guess Kevin
Spacey?
No.
McAllister?
Kevin McAllister. That was a good commercial with the Google.
Yeah, it was. They nailed it, like frame for frame.
Keep the change, you filthy ant. Okay, you already paid online.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Ah, yes.
Now, though, when someone explained how he never actually really apologized for anything, going back and back, just like, I'm not going to apologize for my old stuff, I can understand that. There was different times when you said it, and we all say stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I'm certainly guilty of saying stupid stuff all my life, but I've definitely felt bad when I come to understand how I've offended someone.
Same here.
If it's not fucking dumb.
Yeah. Same here. Like, if I would have said the things that he said, I would feel bad about what I had done.
Yeah, like a father, I would have failed as a father if my son grew up gay or something.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the joke?
Yeah, like this isn't funny, Like,
yeah. The joke would be if my son grew up to like the Clemson Tigers. Like, then I'd fail as a father.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's a choice someone makes, and I'm a Carolina fan, and
yes.
I don't like them, and it's funny, but someone growing up gay and you failing as a father because of how they were born, like, would it have been okay if his son grew up to have autism?
Yeah.
And he'd fail as a father? Good joke.
Yeah. Not too wholesome.
Not too bad.
But and I said in the last episode that things in comedy, I feel like if you can't laugh at everything, you shouldn't laugh at anything.
Yeah.
And I know that that's probably too vague of a generalization, but I feel like in comedy things should be
funny though.
Yeah, you're right.
explain why your joke is funny. I mean, sometimes you don't have to explain; it's just funny.
Yeah.
Like Ellen DeGeneres' new stand-up. Did you watch that?
Yeah.
That
It's
was pretty
good.
good.
The whole
Really
like
good.
15 minutes of her opening up about how rich she is and all the shit that she's got was just so good.
Scooting, doing the towel scoot. Hey,
Yeah,
that's relatable.
like that's relatable. So my butler was not able to come in and leave the towel where it was supposed to be.
And I really liked her bit on ladders and how the bigger your place is, the more ladders you have, and how she even has a step ladder, but she still loves it like it's her own.
Yeah. I never knew my real ladder. But yeah,
she's funny without offending pretty much anyone.
Yeah,
like,
she did really good.
And there's another comedian who is offensive, but in a very clean way, and I can't remember.
Jim Jeffries.
Mulaney?
John Mulaney?
Yeah, maybe he's not offensive at all.
John Mulaney is
there's someone who's like the king of clean comedy.
Well, that's Brian Regan. Brian Regan doesn't curse at all. He had a new special come out, and I just watched a little bit of it, but it was different. It was set up in like bit
skits, right? Yeah.
It's like the Chappelle Show with a white guy and no cursing.
Nick Mulvaney? Is that a person?
Well, John Mulaney.
Anyway.
But yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, that's fine.
I might be thinking about Joel McHale.
No, he's definitely dirty. I like his show. Also, like that new show on Netflix, the Fix or Fix It.
Fix It. Yeah, I've seen that advertised. I haven't watched it yet.
D.L. Hughley is pretty funny. Turns out one of the original kings of comedy is hilarious.
Oh yeah, dude.
Who would have figured? He's on every show. So.
Well, D.L. Hughley. I've always thought that he was the funniest one. Back then, I thought that all of their individual, like I remember when they did the Kings of Comedy.
Yeah.
And then very shortly after they released individual specials, do you remember that?
Yeah, they did.
D.L. Hughley's was the funniest out of all of the other specials that they just like Bill Engvall's was the funniest individual special after all the blue collar guys did their thing. Like his special was the funniest one with the most material that wasn't in the
Who
thing.
were all the blue collar ones again? I know he had Jeff Foxworthy and
Larry the Cable Guy, Ron White,
and Bill Engvall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think Bill Engvall is the funniest out of those.
Yeah. Ron White is now, I think, but
Jeff Foxworthy is pretty funny.
Absolutely.
He's a really good writer too, I think.
Yeah.
He's a good joke writer and everything else, and I used to buy those fucking redneck books.
Oh yeah.
When I was growing up.
Everybody did. They were great.
But I think he kind of got stuck, just like Larry the Cable Guy got stuck.
Yeah.
Just like Ron White kind of got stuck. What was
the tater salad thing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He sort of has he mostly got stuck in that I have to be drunk as shit. I have to be hammered. I have to be smoking a cigar. Like I have to be drunk.
Yeah.
And
he should have done some iced tea, some real light colored iced tea in the glass.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I would hope so, because fuck.
Yeah, right. At some point, he's going to have to change that.
That's like Mitch Hedberg getting just shit-faced on every one of his, one of my buddies saw him right before he died, and he was falling off the stage at Georgia Tech telling jokes, but everyone was like, this guy's fucking hilarious.
We're not going to be able to see him much longer, but he's hilarious.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Jeff Foxworthy, I think he might have saw, I think he saw that, the blue collar thing as like this is my last hoorah. I want to do some family time. He's a family guy. I want to be a dad, and I want to, be with my family. And I think that he just saw that as like a big cash out at the end.
He had a little sitcom, I think, after that.
Was it after that?
Or maybe it was running up to it. Could have been running up to it. Could have been running up to it. I might be mixing that up with Reba. I don't know how long Reba ran.
I didn't watch either of those.
I didn't. I know they rerun on CMT in between Home Improvements.
Yep, don't watch any of those either.
You never watched Home Improvement?
I watched Home Improvement, but not CMT.
No, that's all they have on there now. It's the Home Improvement channel, I think.
Well, you know what? That's better than the new country music that's coming out.
Mm. Well, yeah, it followed the same thing MTV did, right?
Yeah. Well, you don't have the Facebook.
No.
I'm so glad that you get to hear this for the first time then.
Ooh.
I put on Facebook the other day that I said on my last episode of this podcast that VH1 is better than MTV, and I stand by that.
I would agree.
Especially and people are like, oh well, you didn't see it back when it was real MTV, and I was like, no shit, dumbass. I was born in '86.
Yep. What,
In my era,
in '81.
yeah, in my era, VH1 was vastly greater than MTV. Like, I mean, as far as we had pop-up video.
Pop-up video was pretty great.
Pop-up video was awesome. We had pop-up video and what was the other thing that I said? Behind the music.
Behind the music's great.
Was the best thing ever for me.
I love the 80s. I love the 70s.
I love the 80s.
Yeah, still
yeah.
Yeah. VH1 was good. I would say my favorite MTV era, though, was when it was nothing but music videos on MTV2. They ran MTV music videos from like midnight until 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Or 10 a.m.
Yeah.
They had, what was the show? Total...
TRL.
TRL.
Yeah.
Not Total Recall Live.
Total Request Live.
Request. Recall. What a jackass.
Yeah. Total Recall was a Schwarzenegger movie, right?
Yes. And a Philip K. Dick novel.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
PK
also did Minority Report, The Man in the High Castle. He's written a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Runner.
I heard Jeff Ross talk about that on his episode with David Hill.
That guy's nuts. But anyway, or was nuts. So, back to Request Live. They had Request Live, and then they had Beavis and Butthead on at night with Daria.
Daria and Beavis and Butthead were fucking great.
I never got into the... I did like Jenny McCarthy on the...
Singled Out?
Yeah, Singled Out. And Carmen Electra. Like, what?
What happened?
Oh. And that was a fun show.
Yeah.
But once it started to go way more Road Rules and...
Now, the first season of Road Rules and Real World were great. The first couple of seasons were awesome.
I've just never been into anything like that. Will loves Big Brother. I can't watch it.
I watched the first season of Big Brother, the first couple of seasons of Big Brother.
He watches every season.
Really, Will?
Yeah. He loves it.
See...
It's his favorite show.
I'm not surprised now that you say it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. We tried to write Jimmy some happy birthday stuff in the bar over the weekend, but I think Will got distracted.
Watching Big Brother?
Probably.
See, Will's also the first person that I had say, dude, you better cover up your cameras on your phone when you're watching porn.
I don't know,
Big Brother's always watching.
What are they going to see? My face?
Yeah.
They're just going to see my O face.
Yeah, making funny faces.
Oh.
Or,
the timestamp it with when I get to the really weird one, and I'm like, ugh.
Or the face after you realize what you've just done, and it's like...
Yeah, the shame that comes after the little death. That's what they call it in France, the petit mort. That's the name for an orgasm.
Well, that's
the little death.
That's the Shakespearean. He called it dying. That's how he talked about it.
You lose your consciousness for a second, so it's like a little tiny tongue.
Oh, so that's what it feels like.
Mm.
The big one's gonna be great.
Yeah, you think so? It would just get you even more pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously though, back to all of this nonsense about about reality TV taking over our music.
Yeah.
Man, can that be to blame for the state of music right now? Can that... What's going on out here? Is this... Goodness.
I mean, is that the wind? Or
Yeah.
Is it... Oh, because I kind of thought it was like race cars for a second.
It sounds like race cars, but it's just the wind. The way these buildings are like... So it creates...
It was the MIF1 race.
Where?
Just made me think of the like laughing test you used to take with the guy who did the. You look at the picture of the race car, and then it's just the guy making the race car noises.
Oh yeah.
You can't not laugh at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. You're welcome, everyone.
Yeah. No shit. But yeah. Do you think that's got a little bit to do with the fact that music isn't that great right now? Is that maybe we showed the world, okay, this is what we want to watch. Like we change the channel when music videos come on, but we turn the channel back when these reality things come on. Because surely that's the only reason. If it would have been the other way around, we wouldn't have as many reality shows, correct?
I mean, I think you're right about
One
the
would
reality
think.
show part of that. Yeah, I do think that the big kickoff of the reality shows was MTV. And Road Rules and all that stuff. But wait, wasn't there a dating show on a bus too?
Yeah, it was like they would pull up. That was called Next, I think. Right?
Yeah.
NEXT, with the X was roads.
Now, I kind of like crappy little shows like that. I think it's just like the Silent Library show where you go into the library.
And you have to be quiet.
You have to be quiet.
That's funny.
Happened. That cracks me up. If that was the programming, I would be watching way more of it.
Yeah.
And I think they take a lot of it from Japanese shows.
Yeah, those Japanese shows are next level.
Dude. A lot of them are miss. But with the ones that hit are so good. American Ninja Warrior.
That's great.
Obviously, it was called Japanese Ninja Warrior.
Or just simply Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
I used to watch that one with, the subtitles on.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Or Whiplash. Was the one that was the I don't know what the Japanese version was called, but that was the one with the thing. It was like Gladiator, and it was like American Ninja Warrior, but it was like with a bunch of shit that is meant to sabotage you.
Yeah. Okay.
That was pretty good, but
so the reality TV versus music, you might be right. But I think it maybe even gave people some more freedom to, like, if I'm not going to be like a millionaire doing it, why don't I just do something that's really good?
Yeah.
2, I think indie music has had this huge surge.
I agree.
And also something interesting I heard on the way here was listening to my nerdy public radio, and they were talking about how classical music had a little bit of a revival type thing, and how big of a pain in the ass it used to be to go try and find a classical music album, or any album really. And now you just get your phone and you type it in to one of a couple of programs, and it's there, and only you can hear it, and no one else needs to know you're listening to it, and it can be private, and you can just like what you want to like,
yeah, without
everyone knowing. Although I guess probably a lot of people are like, here's my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, well, I like that a lot of classics are definitely coming back. Not just classical music, but just old music in general. Mm-hmm. Because let's be honest, this stuff is so dated, and not dated as in like old. I mean that it's. I believe that this music that's coming out right now is only going to be good for a short amount of time.
Someone was saying that these people who are out right now are going to be able to write like a whole new bunch of new Christmas songs. Like there hasn't been enough people as talented as the people who are out right now to write. There's like this a cappella group that does stuff.
Pentatonics?
It could be it. I'm not sure. They did a whole Christmas album though, and apparently it's amazing. See, I only catch these little snippets when I'm on my short rides, and I listened to some of it, and it was pretty great. I was like, oh, that is a cappella? Okay, that's pretty impressive. I know, it's no
Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
It's no Dean Martin.
Or Here Comes Treble.
Here Comes Treble. Was that the name of their group?
That was the Cornell.
Yeah, Here Comes Treble.
Here Comes Treble. I heard 8
Nard dog.
Playing unencumbered by musical instruments.
Man, I wish that Stephen Colbert would have been more a part of that.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah.
Him and Carell have such great chemistry too from when they were on the Daily Show back in the day.
Yes.
Steven versus Steven. They used to yell at each other. Those are some of my favorite things. Oh, that was a good lift off point for a lot of people too. That early 2000s Daily Show, you had Colbert, Carell, Ed Helms, Samantha Bee came on later. Jason, no, he's not doing anything. He's doing something.
Sudeikis?
No, I can't remember. And then that one guy Michael Che went straight to SNL. He spent like 1 week on on the Daily Show, and then pieced out over to SNL real quick to do the news, and he's been killing it.
His stand-ups are really good.
He's hilarious.
I like him a lot. He seems just logical. He seems very level-headed about everything that he says, and
yes,
I think you have to be that. Absolutely. In comedy today. Like, you have to be even. You have to, everything has to be equally as offensive or whatever. You have to stay even on it. But have you watched any of his stand-ups?
I might have seen one of them. I watch a lot of his segments on SNL.
Yeah.
I like the ones where they write jokes for each other.
Yeah.
And his are all racist, but the white guy has to say them.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying? And then the jokes will start off like, this is not part of the skit anymore. I am actually saying this joke. Yeah, you douche.
That was one of my favorite parts of Norm's show.
Oh.
Which also came out this year.
Norm Macdonald's show came out this year. I only watched, I think, an episode and a half.
Oh man, you have to watch all of those.
Was it good?
Oh yeah, it's Norm.
I watched the.
It's not going to be bad.
David Spade one.
The Spade one was good.
Because they have a lot of history going back to SNL.
Yes.
And I think people like David Spade and Adam Sandler really understand the craziness that is Norm Macdonald.
Yes.
Better than anyone else. Nobody
else. It's so funny when you get somebody who just doesn't get it. And they're like, they don't know if they should play or how it, what should I do? Like, Jane Fonda was great.
Oh, I think I saw something on that online, maybe. No. It was, who else did he have on there? And there was another female.
M. Night Shyamalan. He had,
they didn't really.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore didn't seem like she understood quite what he was doing, but.
She played along.
But at the same time, I think a lot of these clickbait articles are like, Drew Barrymore's totally clueless on the Norm Macdonald show.
Yeah.
You watch it and it's like, well,
no,
just seems like she's talking with him and just thinks he's being kind of weird right now, but she understands what he's saying.
I go on Facebook. I go on Facebook a lot and type a lot of comments and delete them. The number one comment that I type and delete is, "Did you actually read this article?"
Yeah, no one does that.
Nobody does that. Everybody shares headlines. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I read this headline about one of my friends shared it about Michelle Obama bashing Melania Trump in interview, and I read the whole thing and I read the interview, and it's like.
Michelle Obama doesn't bash anyone. She's like one of the nicest people in the world. Like, her bashing someone's like, I wish they didn't do that. But
yeah, well, and she was talking about, and the Tiffany box. And the face that she made after Melania gave her the Tiffany picture frame or whatever. Michelle Obama gave, what was Bush 43's wife's name? Not Barbara. That was, or Martha? Mm-hmm. Martha? No, that was Washington.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. As of right now, W's wife. She gave W's wife literally a gift upon inauguration, And they were saying, oh, well, she did the same thing to George W.'s wife, and now she's complaining that it was... Laura. There you go.
I was about to pull out my phone. I mean, that's Laura.
Laura. There you go. Laura Palmer.
She was a good first lady, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into politics on our pop culture one, but you couldn't get away from it in 2018 anyway.
Yeah, there's no way. But yeah, she was like, I just read the article, the little snippet, and then I went in and I read the article just long enough. I didn't even read the whole thing. Actually, I might have, but still, I wanted to go back, and it was just like this piece in the comment section is like, this piece of trash needs to respect our first lady, and I'm like, bro, can you read? Did you? I mean, obviously the answer is no. They didn't read that article.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah, it's just sharing the headlines, but just like you say, like
Headlines are awful.
headlines are awful. But yeah, Drew Barrymore, I think, got it.
Yeah, when I watched that video, I was like, okay, she understands what he's doing.
But man, Norm could very well be the smartest comedian out there.
Favorite thing he ever did was on that Bob Saget roast, where he just told nice jokes.
Yeah.
About Bob Saget.
He was like, hey, everybody's always telling us so mean to you. I don't think that's very nice. I want to say something nice about Bob. He was brilliant.
Oh, he's so good.
He still narrates a lot of my thoughts.
Oh, I could see that. You do a pretty good little Norm there.
Well, it's just so, just you're really saying something, but you're not. Yeah.
and you take about 10 seconds longer to say it than you should otherwise.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah. So, well, he's Canadian, right?
Yes, very much so. Which he had Jim Carrey on. They had talks about Canadian comedy on one of. I don't think it was on Norm Macdonald Has a Show. I think it was.
I think Steve Carell's Canadian.
Steve Carell, I think he is also Canadian. Yes.
What's with all these fucking great Canadian comedians? Martin Short is Canadian.
Yeah.
Good thing Steve Martin's not. That guy's hilarious too. Oh, so did you watch the Martin Short Steve Martin one?
I did.
I thought that was pretty good.
I thought it was fun to see them get out there and like they're still doing it.
Yeah, and they're funny too. And Steve Martin's so talented with his banjo
yes.
too.
His band's great.
Oh man. And Martin Short's just as funny and weird as ever.
Impersonations are good. He always kills.
Yes. Did he do Ed Grimley? I can't remember. Ed Grimley was a weird character.
I can't remember, but yeah, dude, that one was funny. It's been a really good year for a lot of comedy comebacks. Like Sandler released that new special, man, and dude, that got me. Did you watch the whole thing?
I did not watch the whole thing.
Man, I'm sure you've seen that Farley video though.
But so speaking of comedy comebacks,
yeah.
How long is it going to take for like Louis C.K. to come back?
Not long, I don't think.
How long do you think they're going to make him stay out?
I think he could do something this year. He's already been hitting clubs. Like
yeah, I've heard he's been having a rough time at clubs though.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people show up just to heckle.
Oh, and Sarah Silverman said something about him.
Yeah.
Right, this year kind of brought him back up into the conversation. Like, yeah, I let him masturbate for me.
She was like, yeah, I mean, he asked me if he could do it, and I said, yeah, I think that'd be hilarious. I kind of want to see that.
I think that'd be hilarious. God, I love her.
God, she is so good.
Have you watched her show?
The one on Hulu?
Yeah.
America? No, is it?
It's pretty good.
I really like Hulu. her. I follow her on all the social medias.
I want to get Hulu but I'm almost fed up with the streaming stuff now. You're gonna have a Disney streaming service and a CBS streaming service, Netflix and Hulu, and by the time you subscribe to all of them, you're gonna be paying the same thing you would have with your cable contract in the first place, which I'm sure is the point of them doing it.
Yeah, everybody's just dropping cable now, and it's not. Well, I called my cable company the other day. Side note, by the way, I called my cable company the other day. I've been paying a lot of money for shit for a really long time. And
Spectrum.
Yeah, exactly. And I told them, I was like, listen, I just can't afford to spend this amount of money anymore. And she was like, well, we can run another promotion, another 12-month promotion for you. And I was like,
why don't you just do that?
how about you just do that and not make me call and say, hey, I don't want to spend this much money.
Just pretend I call. Put a note on the account that I'm going to call
Yeah.
this day. Maybe you got to do it that day next
Yeah.
year. Did you cancel or did you run the promotion?
No, I'd ran the promotion again because I obviously have to have the internet.
Yeah.
So
they try and stick you with the phone? Oh, I see it. But it's the deal, right? The fast internet.
That's the deal. But I think I cut my phone off. I think at the end of the month the phone goes off because it's not like I use it. I only had this for podcast interviews, and now since I have a phone to do recording with and a phone that I can talk with, so now I don't need this anymore. So I can just use Discord.
Mr. Moneybags phones over here.
No money bags, dude. The truth is it's a lot more fun being broke when you aren't going broke for stupid reasons.
Huh, yeah. Yeah.
Like if you're going broke because you're going out every night drinking or doing drugs like it used to be for me, then I can sit in my sorrow and just be like, shit, I'm broke. Now I have no. But when I'm getting a new mattress or paying bills or buying or getting a new phone or whatever it is, it's like, I'm fine with being broke if these are the things I'm spending my money on.
You know, this place for being broke is better than probably 99% of the world, being okay.
Exactly. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I don't mind it.
Bad. We just got to get you that green screen.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, and let me ask you guys this: should I really like where this is set up, and I think that the viewers are used to seeing. Yeah, do your thing.
I'm gonna get something.
I'm really liking the whole backdrop of all of this, but I do. It sort of bothers me, and it might not bother listeners as much. It bothers me to get these background noises that I get from my entire house around me. Now, I did set up an extra room in which to record this thing in, but I've decided I'm going to make that into a guest bedroom now.
Moneybags got an extra room.
Moneybags, yeah, that's right. But I'm thinking about setting up an extra bedroom and maybe just blocking curtains, like blocking off this whole situation here with curtains and whatnot to cut down on all the other stuff. But would it bother viewers, listeners, whatever have you? Would it bother you guys for the view to change? I just feel like I've done so long in this one spot that if I were I don't know, if I were a viewer of a podcast or something, a show that I watched regularly, like if I don't know if the Friends cast moved into a different apartment other than the one with the purple door, that would sort of rub me the wrong way. And maybe I'm doing this just to satisfy myself and where I'm used to seeing everything here like this. But just curious. Don't know how that would work. But doesn't really matter, I guess, in hindsight, I guess it won't really matter. But just curious, just something I'm curious about. Wonder if that would bother anybody.
We got the top 10 movies of the year by ticket sales.
Okay. Top 10 movie sales by year. Or by ticket sales of this year.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see which ones you saw.
Okay.
Which ones were not saw.
Okay.
Was there a new Saw movie this year?
Isn't there like 3 every year?
I don't know. My buddies did a whole Saw marathon. The same ones who did the Harry Potter marathon. They went like 7 of them in a row.
That's enough.
I only watched one. Oh my God, what happened here?
I watched the original Saw.
With the Princess Bride guy.
Yeah, I watched Saw 2.
/ Robin Hood.
Carrie Ells, who is also who is also in
Crush.
something I just watched. Something new.
Something new. I don't know. He should have come on House of Cards and been the new husband. for Claire. And they could have reunited the Princess Bride.
That would have been good. I would have been all the way behind
Netflix, if you're looking for a new exec, look no further.
Yeah.
I will greenlight so many good ideas for you. You get that one for free.
Oh, man, dude, how much money would that make? Just them two on screen together. It doesn't matter what they're doing.
Huh. How big the Princess Bride is right now? Are you kidding me? Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm just going to name it, and you say if you saw it or not.
Okay.
Avengers Infinity War, number 1. Black Panther.
Yes.
Jurassic World.
Yes.
Incredibles 2.
No.
Venom.
Nope.
Mission Impossible Fallout.
Negative.
Deadpool 2.
Started it, didn't finish it.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Negative. I want to see that, though.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Nope.
And Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yes.
So of those movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half of them
comic book movies
are Marvel comic book movies.
The reason that I asked Smitty where I should start is because it's like I have to get into this if I want to continue to watch movies. Like I have to watch this if I want to.
Yeah, they're gonna reboot. I think they're gonna reboot the universe. Not reboot it, the Marvel universe, but I think you're gonna get Captain Marvel movie's gonna come out, and I think she's gonna kind of be the new Iron Man. That movie's supposed to be cool because it takes place in like the early '90s. And
everybody loves the early '90s.
Yep. They give that dude a makeover from he's in all the Shield shows.
Oh, the bald guy, the big guy.
He's in a lot of the early movies. He's in Fantastic. No, what was that movie or show with Louise Dreyfus?
Seinfeld.
The New Adventures of Old Christine.
Oh.
It's like her ex-husband from that. He's in that movie.
Is he the guy who played the rock guy in Fantastic Four?
No.
That's the guy I was thinking about.
You're thinking, yeah.
Because wasn't he in S.H.I.E.L.D. as well?
S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. Sorry, I meant Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
What's that?
It's this ongoing running Marvel TV show.
Okay.
S.H.I.E.L.D. is like
the cop show.
It's like this, yes. But
the
S.H.I.E.L.D. agency,
where
the agents are from, is like the it's like the secret police.
Yeah. Okay.
Who try to take care of superpowered people. Anyway, I'm going to see what the best rated movies were this year. We'll talk about those in a second. Okay. But we'll talk about something else while I'm doing that.
So, man, yeah, I've realized that I have to watch these comic book movies if I want to stay in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're taking over.
Popular, man.
They're really popular because that's what kids are into right now. You know, a lot of the kids
and adults.
You have to sell. Well,
yes,
you have to sell. Just like the Taylor Swift fallacy, where her dad.
Tell me about this.
Taylor Swift's dad came up with the idea that you have to make music that's geared toward children because parents aren't going to send their kid to a concert by themselves, so you'll sell twice the tickets.
That's interesting.
Weird. But it's true. Her dad came up with that theory.
That's a theory. I guess it's panned out so far.
Oh, absolutely.
You call it the Taylor Swift fallacy?
I call it the Taylor Swift fallacy.
With a PH?
I guess. No. No. Like the fast hand fallacy in basketball.
Tell me.
Is where it was broken down in The Big Short. I don't know if you've seen that. Which Big Short, the best movie.
I did not see that.
I think Big Short is the best movie that's come out in the last 5 years. If you ask me, my personal opinion, The Big Short was so good. The cast was home runs all the way through. Everything about it was great. But can't remember the guy. It was Ariana Grande and some other dude was talking about the fast hand fallacy, where if you make X amount of shots in a row, you just think you can't miss. So it's, they're betting on whether or not he's going to make the next few shots.
I had a little Peter Brady voice modulation there. It was great. Okay. I didn't know that. Ariana Grande.
Anyway,
she had a top hit this year, I believe.
As she should have, I guess.
I'm really
don't know what it is.
I only heard about her because she was dating that crazy guy on SNL and they broke up.
Pete Davidson.
He's pretty funny too.
I like Pete Davidson.
I don't like when he insulted that guy and then brought him back to make fun of him.
Which
he was like an Iraq war vet, I believe.
Yeah.
Congressman.
Yeah, Pete Davidson also had some shady tweets recently about, being sad and whatnot. And
he got some issues.
That guy reached out to him and said, hey, we only met for a little while, but, this world is important with you in it. And it was a really cool thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a gig to get to here and probably got about another 15 we could
15 we can bang out?
10
people
10
actually
to 15.
going to want to listen to us for another 15? We're pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I think so.
People love us.
We probably got, let's shoot for another 10.
Another 10.
Just so I can get there and make sure everything is A-okay before I have to start strumming.
All right. Top rated. Damsel.
As in The Fly?
Mm-hmm. It's a beautifully filmed damsel injects the Western genre with a welcome dose of... So, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, that was pretty good. I'm just done. Ready Player One. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that. Ballad of Buster Scruggs was great.
Gemini, Final Portrait, Mom and Dad, Before We Vanish, Westwood, Punk Icon Activist, and The Escape, Dark River. I'm done.
Did Jim and Andy come out this year, or was that last year?
I don't know. I did not watch it.
Oh,
yet. I know I've gotta.
Man,
I think maybe it came out last year. Though.
Man, seriously, watch that. Like, I don't whether or not I know you're a Jim Carrey fan. I think that's your top dog, right?
He's not my favorite. I did, however, adopt most of my mannerisms from him, I guess.
Yes, you did.
and that's because when I was about 5 or 6, and Living Color was huge, and my family would sit around the TV and watch it, because back in the day, you only could watch one television show at a time.
Yep.
So we all got around and watched In Living Color, I think, on like Sunday nights or Friday nights or whenever it was. I don't think it was up against SNL, but
yeah,
Fire Marshal Bill cracked me up. Handyman would not pass muster right now.
Most of those things wouldn't hold up.
Fire Marshal Bill, I think, would be okay. But then, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, just right in
hit after hit. Everything he touched turned to gold.
Yep. I think once it got to Truman Show and then Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, it fell off for me.
Yeah.
Those are both great movies, but it wasn't as... I guess my
funny.
world was a little bigger at that time, so they weren't as impactful. But,
Man.
Ace Ventura, when that came out, I probably watched that movie 100 times.
Easily. Me too. That was my grandmother's favorite movie. She
Gump.
loved watching him talk with his ass. She would laugh so much at that. Dude, that was the funniest thing she had ever seen when him just...
Bird Box, we both watched.
Yes, I watched Bird Box last night.
I enjoyed that. Although I was kind of a puss and watched it in the daytime. And, because I didn't want to get too spooked. I thought at the very end they were going to do a 180 and it was going to be a dream for her the whole time. When everyone was yelling at her to open her eyes up. I was like, oh. But then I was like, well, she opened her eyes earlier in the house, so why?
Yeah.
She need to do that now. Turns out, okay. Not to spoil it. It was pretty good though.
Yeah, not spoiling that. It was.
But it is The Happening plus.
It's The Happening plus
A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
And maybe something else.
What's so funny is everybody is really like bragging on this movie online. Like everybody likes this movie a lot. There's only a handful of people I've seen that dislike it.
I think the very early reviews were bad. Then Stephen King comes on and says, I don't know what these guys are talking about. I thought it was fucking great. And then everyone's like, well, Stephen King likes it. Probably good.
That's the only reason I watched it.
Switch stuff around like that?
That's the only reason I watched it.
If Stephen King says something scary, I'll
give it a shot.
Yeah, because he's fucked up.
Well, me and you have had this conversation before, too, that I really liked The Happening. I thought The Happening was a great movie. I really liked it, and everybody talked a lot of shit about it. Like, oh, dude, it's the worst movie ever. And I think that everybody says it's the worst movie ever because M. Night Shyamalan did it, and Signs was great.
People loved shitting on M. Night after The Village, I would say.
The Village and Lady in the Water.
I think maybe the tide turned on him around the not Mr. Glass, but Unbreakable.
Yeah.
People were like, what is this movie? I kind of liked it.
I thought it was fun. I mean, the characters were good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's now that I think that movie this year.
Yeah, Split.
Split, was that this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Late last year. That I think did pretty well.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. Well,
I think everyone got pumped that he was going to make a final trilogy, and that was
Mr. Glass.
Yep.
Which I really like Sarah Paulson, who's in that. I really liked Jeremy Renner, right?
Yeah.
No, what's his name?
Is it Jude Law?
No, the guy who's in Split. Who's that guy?
Why am I thinking it's Jude Law, but it's not?
I know this guy's name.
Keep going. So, yeah, that was,
It doesn't matter what this guy's name is, but,
why do I think it's Jude Law? It's James McAvoy.
Yeah, James McAvoy, there you go.
He's got a Jude Law looking face, that's why.
James McAvoy, as in, Will McAvoy, Newsroom.
You can't keep just talking about him. No, you can. You can talk about
Newsroom's great.
as much as you want to.
Newsroom is probably best show. And this is a strong statement. Newsroom's first episode is probably the #1 episode of any show ever, in my opinion. And that show stands up. Like I thought Newsroom was. I've got it in my top 3.
Yeah.
Of shows of all time. Even season 3, which was not the best. I've still got it there. Which Sherlock is creeping up in there too, man.
I will say Sherlock is great. That last season for me went a little
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they end up doing. I think
they'll do something.
I think I hope they just do one more, but I love their chemistry too.
Dude.
Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
They are great together on camera.
I watched right after I watched Sherlock for the first time all the way through.
You went and watched The Hobbit.
Immediately.
Oh, did you really?
Immediately. That's the first thing I watched next. I was like, I cannot get it. Because after I saw, like, Martin Freeman's just matter of fact, like, just that whole British head nodding thing that he does is so good. I couldn't get enough of that.
And he's the original Jim.
He was the original Jim. I didn't realize that.
His name is Tim.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I never watched the original Office.
It's different. It's not as
funny.
No, it's not. But everyone should look up Benedict Cumberbatch doing the green screen
Smaug
stuff.
Like he's actually crawling around the room, like with that voice.
Boy, yeah, his voice is great.
Yeah, he does have the best voice. For that.
Yeah, he's a great actor, and he's just such an interesting looking person.
Yeah, he seems like he had to do this because he wouldn't have been able to do normal things.
And I think they were in something else together too, but I can't recall now. But they're great in Sherlock.
Yeah.
And I was not that huge a fan of the Hobbit movies, except for the first one. I'm just a very
you like the book?
Yeah.
It was like a 300-page book too, right? Very short book.
It was a super short book. Yeah.
And they turned it into 3 movies.
First paragraph by heart. It's pretty good. You want me to do it?
No.
Okay.
I believe you. I know 100%. But no, I gotta get down the road to a gig I gotta go to in.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm sorry we didn't get to touch on everything in 2018.
Well, we will get to, and I think that Alicia's talking about wanting to do another episode of the of what we did the last time. I don't know if you want to also be a part of that,
yeah, sure.
but I definitely want to do another one of these because I don't get to talk about
just stuff.
Stream
of consciousness. Just
yeah.
We went to a lot of different places today.
Yeah, for sure, but. We stuck with movies and most entertainment things, and I like that.
All right, if you want to bring me on for entertainment, I'm game.
Okay, well let's definitely do that.
I'll be entertainment man.
And we might even start doing some deep dives into actual shows like with spoilers and things.
Oh, I'd love that.
One of my buddies up in New York, I met at a gig once. His name's Dwayne Simpson. He's doing all movie reviews, and I was like, man, I'd like to do a movie review segment.
Yeah. Last couple of things I watched, Dairy Girls.
I saw that.
It's gotten like rave reviews, but I think it's a really wasted opportunity at what is a very interesting piece of Northern Ireland history in the 90s, and I think people just give it a better score because it has an awesome Cranberry soundtrack. But I do like all the characters. I just think the episodes are disjointed, and you can watch it and just kind of tell me what you think. And anyway, we'll figure out some other stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Last thing I watched was I've been watching Watership Down, which is confusing because
It's a
bunch of rabbits. And they're trying to find a new home.
They can talk?
And they can talk. It's based on a book called Watership Down. It's 4 episodes. They're all about an hour apiece. It's animated. It's on Netflix.
I watched Christopher Robin the other day.
John Boyega is one of the voices from the new Star Wars.
I don't know John Boyega.
He's Finn.
Oh.
That's John Boyega.
Okay. I do know John Boyega.
Yeah. I would venture to say most people do now.
Christopher Robin, I watched.
Was it good?
Yes.
All right, I have to watch that.
Colin, it's
Uh-oh. Getting a call? Am I getting a call?
Oh, it's the...
Is the battery going out?
No.
I just got close to one of the...
I think I got close to this iRig here. But anyway, Christopher Robin's worth a watch. We'll go over all this the next time. We'll try to do this regularly because this is fun.
I'm a fan.
This is fun. I'm a fan as well. All right, guys. I usually suggest things to watch and listen to, which I haven't been doing recently. Just listen to this episode. Watch everything that we talk about. Listen to the things that we talk about. Just do that.
Yep.
All right.
You kind of just did a whole microcosm of the last 30 seconds of your show as an entire show.
Yeah. That's what I like to do. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, get on with your lives, people.
Bye.
Get on with your lives. YouTube people, hang tight for just a second. Let me get the intro done here so you can click some links at the bottom of the page that I'm going to put up for you later. Just stick around. As for you audio people, enjoy your day. Be good people. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. I love you. I mean it. Peace, bitches. All right, I'm doing intro.
In a world full of people, also only some want to fly. It's kind of crazy.
What? Wait, what?
You said in a world full of people, and it just made me think of the Seal song.
Oh, the Seal song.
Only some want to fly, isn't that crazy?
I've never heard that song.
Crazy.
Never heard that.
No, we're never gonna survive.
Unless
we get a little crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I have
heard
that.
You heard that.
Yeah, never mind. All right.
All right, do your intro, man.
Yeah. Hey guys, how you living? You doing well? Good. Glad to hear that. So, in this episode, me and my buddy Patrick talked about movies and music, mostly over the year of 2018. We did venture a little outside of those rules, and there's no rules in this game. We just talked. But that being said, I don't think we spoiled anything, but I'm gonna say spoiler alert just in case we do spoil some things. So just in case, I'm gonna say spoiler alert. We're gonna start doing this one regularly. I don't really get a chance to talk about movies and entertainment the way that I would like to by myself because there's nobody to go back and forth with. But I really like this setup, so we're gonna be doing this more often. Stay tuned for that. Please go to the Facebook page. Please like the Facebook page. Please like us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Patreon. Follow us on all of those. Follow us on all of those fronts. Please go to the YouTube page, Kelsey Hudgens. Click subscribe. Get the subscription numbers up. I'm trying to get to 100. I'm almost at 70. So there's a few more to go before we can reach 100. I'm really also click on some of the playlists on that and just let them play. Just get some views. Give me some views. Let that happen. All right. I don't know if I have anything else for you intro-wise. Watch all of the things that we talk about in this episode because they're really good. And if they're not good, we will say it. And then, obviously, don't watch these things. So, that being said, do that. I'm about to have to go to get Dead Dog and play some music. So, wish me luck. I think that's all I got for you. All right. Be good people. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Be good to people around you. Spread love, not shit. Don't spread shit. Unless that's your thing. I'm not here to hate on anybody's thing.
Man.
Yeah.
People need to do fertilizer.
People need to do fertilizer, yeah. But human shit's not good for fertilizer because we eat like idiots.
That's true.
So, anyway, there's something that you know now. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, episode number 91 of In My Stuff featuring Patrick Hanna. Enjoy, motherfuckers. And then